So today's topic is emotionally unavailable men and narcissists, also known as fuckboys. There is, in my opinion, no room on this earth, sky, sea, or land, no room in the end for boys, not men. Let me change that, boys, not men, who fall under these said categories. I apologize for my language right now, as I may get a little bit carried away since this is a topic I am very passionate about due to my experiences with these people.
Oh yeah.
The nature of how, the nature of how these boys move in the world, and the desire I have for all of my sisters out there to wake up, walk away, or be so inclined to not even get involved with these types of creatures.
Mhm.
And yes, I said creatures. So it's like no matter how strong the desire is to have a man or hold on to an entanglement, not a relationship, an entanglement, just for the sake of being in one, do not do it. I also want to be very clear that I am in no way angry about my experiences, but I just wish someone had warned me about these boys, not men, the way we are about to warn y'all. Now we shall get into it. So today I had to bring somebody on who I know can hold her own with this topic just like I can, and someone who can speak to their experiences and the growth that they've made based on these experiences. So let me introduce one of my fave people in the world, Miss LaJanee, aka Miss Education of the Stereotype. Say, hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey.
So we have a lot to talk about. So we're going to dive right into it. So tell me, what do you think is the definition? And listeners, the reason we're going to give you guys the definition up front is because until 2018, I had no idea what a narcissist was in regards to a man. I knew it was, what they call people that are stuck on themselves. And I had no idea what an emotionally unavailable man was until I wound up in an entanglement, in an experience with one, and I had to figure it out for myself.
Mhm.
So, what do you think, LaJanee, is, what's your definition of a narcissist or an emotionally unavailable man?
In short, a narcissist to me is someone who lacks empathy, someone who
Mm,
emotional depth. Um,
yeah,
Also, that can go into being emotionally unavailable because if you don't have a certain level of empathy, you
yeah,
can't even begin to be available in a
right,
specific way as it as it relates to emotions because you don't even have any compassion towards other people. And the little
right.
that you do have, you play on people with that. So
Mm,
for me, my biggest wake up call was like, oh my God, you have
yeah,
none. So
yeah, none.
yeah, so for me, that would be my definition.
And I agree. I absolutely agree. It's no way that you can be in a relationship with people, and that's spousal, family, friends. Remember that it doesn't apply just to boyfriend, girlfriend. And I also want to say we are going to be referring to fuck boys primarily. But if you have a fuck girl in your life, you
Right.
can apply it to her. But we are going to talk about the men because that is our perspective. And I feel the same way. I feel that a narcissist and an emotionally unavailable guy, most times for me, in my experience, they've gone hand in hand because
Yes.
I've dealt
Yes.
with, it's like you really it's seldomly you may not have one with the other, but most times
You do.
they are holding
Mhm.
hands.
Mhm.
And in my experience, I've dealt with, narcissists that have had a sense of superiority and entitlement. They feel like what they have to say or what they want is the end all be all. It is the most
Yes.
important.
How dare you have
Absolutely.
an opinion? How dare you have any feelings? How dare you be
Yeah.
smart? How dare you be
How,
more accomplished?
right, right. How dare you challenge me? How dare you
Yes.
breathe if I
Yes.
tell you to?
Stop breathing, bitch.
Yeah. Ike Turner, sure he was a form of a real
Yes.
example of a narcissist, Ike Turner, from what we know from What's Love Got to Do with it. So absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
And that goes right to what you said, that need for control, yet they have
Mhm.
a lack of responsibility for holding up their end of the bargain in the relationship. And if it doesn't go their way, I think on the side of, especially a narcissist, if the relationship doesn't go their way, or if you act out and you aren't doing what they want you to do,
Mhm.
they will turn on you. You won't see another side of them.
And
So,
that is so true. And I want to interject right here because one thing that's always tied to a narcissistic man and someone who's emotionally unavailable is they have unrealistic expectations for the relationship. Like
Absolutely.
their reality is so far removed from their perception is so far removed from reality that
Right.
their expectation is like, you need to meet 10 out of 10, but I only need to meet 3 out of 10. Don't worry about me. And anything
Yeah.
wrong in our relationship, it's you. It ain't me
It's
because
you.
I'm perfect. Oh my
Right. And
God.
that's if they make a decision to even commit to a relationship, because
Oh,
you see a lot of that, and we'll dive into it with especially emotionally unavailable. I think the narcissists are so in love with themselves and they need that desire to have somebody around that they definitely will jump into the relationship. But a lot of times when you deal with an emotionally unavailable guy, to get him to have a commitment and say, I want to be with you, that's like pulling teeth.
it
But I
is.
think that if they,
It is.
if they make the decision, like you just said, to actually dive into it, it's definitely an unrealistic expectation. And that's something we'll dive into, because you have to be able to see past the charm, the
Oh
handsome
God.
looks, you know, the sweet personality. I promise
Yes.
you, they show up and they look like Prince Charming. They look like what you have. It's almost like I literally have been in a situation and I'm thinking to myself, mind you, this is literally 30 days after I started dating this guy. And that
Yeah.
goes back to previous episodes that I had to do my work, as Iyanla would say. That,
Yes.
you are 30 days into this and you are thinking, oh my goodness, he's affectionate, he's attentive, he cares about me, all these things. And then
Mm-hmm.
after like 30, 60 days, you start backing up like, wait a damn minute.
And let's not even talk about how they do all of that, right? And then they become hot and cold. You don't even know
Oh,
if they
ooh,
don't even know if they
ooh.
like you as after. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did I do something to you? Like, and we are talking about grown ass boys. We
Yeah,
passed the
grown ass boys.
20-year-old
Let's be
stage.
clear.
You know what I'm saying? At our age, you are
Yeah,
supposed to be able to communicate effectively communicate your feelings. I don't care what
right,
anybody says. I know that we all develop at a different time and level, but there are
right.
some things that we need to check off the damn list. And a
Yeah,
certain level of emotional intelligence should be one. All this
I
hot
agree.
and cold. That's not even. That's emotional. That it becomes emotional abuse. And I think
You
narcissists.
are emotional terrorists, is what you are.
Yes,
When you
yes,
you are
yes.
terrorizing me, and
You
you
are
are an
for
energy
no
vampire.
reason.
Yes, when you are doing,
I was minding my business, being cute and shit, and you
yeah,
fucking with me because I think it's
yeah,
some type of game. It's some type of um um what is it? Because they have a false sense of superiority, so it's some type
yeah.
of they
It's that
control
entitlement. It's that control,
that
control.
control. But and then you
Absolutely,
know
what
what,
it
and
is.
a lot of them feel like from my experience and what I've just been I've read and stuff like that, a lot of them
Yeah,
don't have control in their, like, it's something lacking in their own lives that they feel like they need to
absolutely.
control other people. That's it.
Absolutely.
They're not
I've
fulfilled. So
absolutely seen that.
mm-hmm.
I've seen it where their life is in some areas, it's in chaos.
Chaos.
And I can control this woman or I can control this man because, like you said, in experience and research I've looked on, whether it be books, YouTube, different articles, you see it on both sides. So I do want to make that clear, that because I know
Right.
we have male and female listeners, it does go both ways. So you have to
Oh,
be aware of that.
absolutely. You have friends that are, I had a friend that was, to me, somewhat of a narcissist.
Yeah.
And she was
I had
emotionally
women that did
abusive.
that.
You know,
Yeah.
it was the same shit. Nothing was ever her fault. Anytime we got
Yep.
into an argument, here I come, had to kiss her ass, get her to talk to me. All that bullshit. Instead of her just telling me what the hell was going on. Girl,
Yep.
no, bye.
It's almost like in friendships when you have to deal with that, it almost feels like you're in a relationship with that person.
It's so
And it's like,
damn.
it's not a friendship anymore, it's a relationship, because you are, they're treating you like they're your boyfriend, getting upset, making you apologize, placing the blame on you. And it's like, I need to reserve this. If I'm gonna deal with some bullshit, I want to deal with it from a man,
From a
not my friend.
man. Yes. It's so unhealthy. And I think for me, and I don't want to move too fast, but the lack of accountability is
Right.
what is astonishing to me. Like,
Yeah. And I think that's a great segue into where I wanted to go anyway. You literally read my mind, but I just want the listeners to be clear that, a narcissist and emotionally unavailable guys typically go hand in hand. It's very seldom that they don't, but they are people who have, especially a narcissist, that sense of superiority and entitlement. They both want to control you. They both are going to be very charming. They are going to do things to reel you in, to show you what you want. They're going to show you a good time. But I promise you that it's not going to last for a long time. Say I'm here for a good time, not a long time. That
Oh,
is their
listen, it's
definition.
gonna be the most
That is the
intense
definition.
60 seconds
Yeah.
of your life. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you gonna feel by the time you get done, you gonna feel like y'all been together for 5 years. You got 2 kids and divorced for 6.
Yeah.
It's a
And you've
lot.
been together for 5 months. That's it.
It's a
That's how it is.
lot.
That is a totally will take on you. So, as you were saying, tell us more about accountability, because I definitely know when it comes to the character traits. Now we'll just categorize it, since you all know the definition of what a fuck boy is. The first thing is blame, blame, blame. They play the blame game,
Girl.
and they play it well on everybody except themselves. It's like accountability. Who said that?
Listen, and then accountable. Like, I have never in my life, I had an ex to tell me, I've never done anything to you the whole time we've been together. Huh?
Mm, how? How, Sway?
But I've done everything. But I've done a million and one things to you. But how can you not ever do anything to? Oh, you perfect. Like God sent you down,
Yeah,
and you're
Jesus.
perfect. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. And
It's like, how can someone that tells you who you're dealing with, if somebody could open up their mouth to say that? Because we all, I have seen it in these situations with these kinds of
it's
people
dangerous.
that don't want to take accountability for anything that they are doing,
Nothing,
anything that they are saying. If they
nothing.
hurt you, you did something to make them do it. You know.
Listen, I've been I had an experience to where it was a physical,
Mm-hmm.
physical, and he would repeatedly tell me, "Well, you made me do it.
Mm,
If you wouldn't do this, then
mm.
I wouldn't do this to you. I don't need to be with you if you make me feel like I need to hit you." And
I make you.
it could be the simplest thing. If he say fuck me, I say, well, fuck you. Boop. Like
Yep.
it's this whole superiority, this control, and the lack
Yep.
of accountability is what is so dangerous, because without accountability, relationships cannot grow. Period.
You cannot grow in life.
You,
In life, you will get nowhere if you are not able
if
to
you
be accountable. So accountable is, that's a
yeah,
huge character trait. If a person,
yes.
if they are missing accountability, you need to stay away from me, because you will kill me if you don't hold yourself accountable, or don't hold yourself accountable for your actions. That's almost like I always joke around about, don't ever fight a person that has nothing going for themselves, because
Oh,
they will kill you.
listen, they will kill you, and then not even that. They don't even give a damn. They don't give a damn. They don't have nothing to
They
lose.
don't they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn.
They don't give a damn. They don't have anything to lose. Like, they are already jealous of you, probably, and it's crazy how
Likely.
somebody or be friends with people and they are jealous of you. Um,
Right.
so you have to be the one that's fucked up, because I'm not fucked up. You're not gonna tell
Yeah.
me I'm fucked up, because I'm already insecure about myself, right? So that's why I need you
Absolutely.
around so I can feel better about myself. So outside of being accountable, I'm going to sprinkle manipulation on it. Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
going to make,
Oh, I'm having flashbacks.
girl, you listen. I'm going to say, well, if you don't let me do this, if you don't let me see the
Mm-hmm.
car, then I'm just gonna break up with you, because I'm gonna have another woman come and pick me up. What?
Uh, uh, I literally have been in that situation where someone has asked me to do a favor for them. And for whatever valid reason, I couldn't do it. If I did circle back, like, hey, did you still need that done? No, I had so and
So
so
to
go
do.
do it. And so was somebody that definitely would get under my skin.
Yes,
And even if you had not had so and so do it, you said that to me to manipulate me and
yes,
to make me feel some kind of way,
yes,
because you couldn't control me in that moment. So be aware, ladies and gentlemen, if
yes.
you are dealing with someone who exhibits that behavior, it's not holding themselves accountable for anything. Everything is your fault. They do manipulative things, and you have to pay attention. That's like the core essentials. If you haven't listened to the last episode, go listen. These are things that you have to peep, that people are saying to you and doing, because it's not always blatant. If you're not smart and
No,
you're
it's
not
not.
thinking, you might miss it.
It's not. It's not. And then, because women, we're nurturers.
Right?
And with me, people used to have an unlimited supply,
Mm-hmm.
unlimited access to me.
Right.
Once you're close to my heart. So in the
Yeah.
beginning, I had no idea it was manipulation. I thought, oh, I'm saving the day for my boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
being a good girlfriend. I have to
Yeah.
do this. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, I learned, oh my God, This is
Yeah.
manipulation 101, lack of accountability,
101.
making me feel like I'm fucked up so you can control
Yeah.
the situation. Now I'm feeling worthless when the whole time
Yeah.
that is how you feel. You're deflecting on me. So now
Yeah.
I'm doing literally, I'm jumping up, I'm going to the moon, going to Mars. I'm talking to the angels. I done been up with Paul in heaven with Jesus because I want to meet this unrealistic expectation.
I want to give you heaven and earth to make you feel better, or because you've made me feel some kind of way
Yes.
about a moment where I possibly couldn't commit to something you needed, but I had a really valid reason.
Yes.
But you still have to manipulate me, and you have to hold me accountable in a negative way when the roles couldn't possibly be reversed. I could never make you feel the way that I feel.
That's it. And I just have one word for this. Unreasonable.
Yeah,
Unreasonable.
I agree. I
Simple.
completely agree.
People
To
who
break it
are
down, yeah,
people who are, you could literally birth gold $100 bills.
yeah,
And a narcissist will tell you, or a man
yeah,
who's emotionally unavailable will tell you
yeah,
that it's not enough.
yeah.
Not
That's that. Or they will tell you that's the gaslighting. They will tell you that you did not birth $100 bills that were gold. They were green, even though you saw
that they
that they were gold.
listen, and then it ain't your fault. It ain't their fault that they don't appreciate it. It's your fault they don't appreciate it.
Yeah,
Let's talk about
absolutely.
gaslighting because all this shit tying together. Oh, I did this to you because you did this to me.
Absolutely. I've experienced that so much with people where I've dealt with guys, and it's been like, say if I am having a messed up day and I come in and I say some crazy shit to you that I probably should not have said.
Right?
Why do you feel like you have to come back at me and say the same thing? Like you have to hit me below the same belt. So because I brought you down with what I said, and like we said, their self-esteem and stuff is already messed up.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have to come back and hit me below the belt. And then when I bring it to you, you're still like, I didn't do anything wrong. You made me do that.
Yes,
So
listen, because
yeah,
you have to be the bigger person. You didn't know narcissists are never the bigger people.
always.
You are the bigger person. They have no accountability. They lack responsibility. They lack
Right,
empathy.
right.
So that's why. And it's so taxing. It's pure emotional
It's
abuse.
very
And
taxing that you always have to be the bigger person.
and see, one thing I think for me, why I can, even though narcissism and emotionally unavailable men do go hand in hand most of the time, some
Mm-hmm.
they don't. One
Right.
thing I can say about emotionally unavailable men is they will at least let you know that they are emotionally unavailable.
Sometimes.
Sometimes,
Sometimes. Sometimes.
sometimes that some narcissists, they kind of do it purposefully and play with your ass.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it becomes, and if they end up liking you or falling in love with you, they did that by mistake. I guarantee
Yeah.
you. You'll
That
never
wasn't intentional.
It wasn't intentional. You'll never see a narcissist with anybody that cannot benefit them. Now I know we don't need to have people in our lives that are just they can't do anything for us. That's not what I'm saying. But these
Right.
people prey
Right.
on people who are more successful than they are. So they can
Yeah. Absolutely.
they don't want to be around you so they can learn from you. They want to be around you
No.
so they could take. They take
Yeah.
so much they don't even know when somebody's giving.
They would, and that's all it is. They want to see what they can take, what they can get out of the situation, what they can get you, what they can borrow from you, what they can get from you, what you can give them. It's constantly, and the relationship is the same way. So whether it be from mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever, they will. It's an energy vampire,
It's a
and that person
it's a
is constantly pulling on you.
it's a cycle. And then once you start to take up for yourself, oh no, the manipulation guy is now on 100% because
Oh
they
yeah,
get out of
absolutely.
their comfort zone. Now they
Yeah,
have to,
yeah,
challenge it. Now you bet not challenge anything that they say. And then with emotionally unavailable men, they try to find something wrong with everybody. And when they can't find anything wrong with you, they just make up shit.
yep, absolutely. It's always something wrong. It's never nothing is ever okay for the most part. You may see spurts of it, but for the most part, nothing is ever just okay. Like you're not okay. It's always something that they have to say about a situation.
Oh,
Because I know I've experienced dealing with people where I literally have told them, like, I've been around you for 6 hours today, and you literally have said nothing nice to me or about anything else. And that's exhausting to just sit around, because who wants to be around that negative energy and exchanging that spirit all the time as well?
Listen, I got one better for you. And creating a list for yourself to do some self-development work, and write everything that you like about yourself. This person finds it and says, I want you to write everything you don't like about yourself.
What? Who does that?
Why? Why would you even, what are you doing?
What in the what?
Girl, I'm telling you, the negative energy, and I tell people, just like I told people on my episode today, relationships, friendship, are intimate. They're just a transfer of energy, because relationships are tangible, and you have to be careful about the relationship that you are giving off when you're when you are dealing with somebody, and to tell somebody right now everything that they don't like about themselves or everything that's bad about them. How in the hell? Even if you were trying to be constructive, that is not even trying to. How could you be constructive at that point?
Like what good is going to come from that? Like that person is probably a sociopath, if you ask me. Like,
and you know what? That has already been. I've already stated that to him before. You are a fucking sociopath, because ain't no fucking way. And it's so sad, because these men are charming. These men are fun. They are family-oriented men. So I still have yet to understand, how can this person be so set and so fixed on fucking up somebody else's life on purpose?
Because that's who they are. It's who they are. It's ingrained in them. And I think that is why it's important to recognize that when it comes to these people, that you cannot make excuses for them. Yeah. And because it is no excuse to be made, it's ingrained in who they are. It's who they're going to be. You cannot change them. If they were a person that decided, I'm going to go and get some help for this situation, you have to let them go and get that help. You cannot be that help. You cannot sit on the wayside and hope that when they get the help, they're going to come back and find you. You have to go and let that person go and get that help if they decide to do it, because that's really going to be rare, because they don't see the need for getting help. They're not a person that sees themselves as somebody who needs some assistance. They really do think that what they have going on is just fine.
And you know what? Again, just going back to my first point, when you meet people who, listen, shameless plug here, my book, Girl Keep 20 Lessons in Love and Life. I'm writing that book, which comes out this summer, but I'm writing a book because there are lessons in love and life that we have had previously, that shape and teach us how to be compassionate, teach us how to be considerate and empathetic and all this and all of that. But sometimes people, for some reason, just don't get it. And if you have somebody who has no empathy, none, and they have these high expectations that they don't even have for themselves, run from that person. Because unless you have already done the work, right, you'll find yourself thirsting, starving for their attention, and they will fucking push and pull you at the same time. You don't know if you're going, and you'll out here like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to appease them, but nothing you are doing, it will ever be good enough. You bake a cake, why did you use this icing? You use that icing, well, why didn't you get another flavor? You bought them a car, but why didn't you buy me a photo card? Like, nothing is ever enough.
And this is listeners, this is no exaggeration. None. This is the truth. And you really have to evaluate and think if you have dealt with these people, because what happens, like you said, that back and forth, is because you do not have control in these relationships. It's a roller coaster, but it's not fun. You have spurts of happiness, but it's not consistent. 1 minute, this person is so attentive and so caring, and the next, the representative is gone and he's back to his old ways. And it's like his efforts of being Prince Charming, they do not last. And that is why you get caught up in this web of this boy early on, because you've seen a glimpse of what you thought could be, but that was a temporary glimpse. And so you have to make a decision that you have to get out, because these people will not be inconvenienced or modify their lives or their routines for you.
No, I'm so glad you said it. Listen, they not changing nothing for you. What?
No.
And then if you invite them into your space, guess what? Your space is going to change into their space. So
Their
if
space.
you want it
Absolutely.
red, they're gonna choose blue. If you want it four
Yep.
doors, they're gonna choose. If you want a car, they're gonna want an SUV. If you want a
Yep.
condo, they're gonna want your whole whatever you want it. It won't be no, well, this is your, you know, this is
Your space,
yeah,
your
yeah.
whatever.
Let me know
No.
how, let me know what you need me to. Oh no, it's going to turn
No.
into what they
No.
want, and they make you feel like you have to do it for them
Yeah.
because they're so slick with their words. They like,
Yeah, because it's no longer it's not about you. It's like, whatever the relationship or the situationship is, it's going to revolve around them,
mm-hmm.
their schedule, what they
Yes,
want, what they desire.
yes, yes,
And it's
absolutely, absolutely.
and that's the craziest part, and I think that's what we really have to pay attention to, is that when you evaluate something and realize that I'm really not in control here, like you said, it turned into, instead of my space, his space, what he wanted instead of what I wanted, what he wanted to eat instead of what I wanted to eat, because ultimately these people do not fully involve you in their life. And what I mean by that is, it's like, have you met his parents? Have you met his best friend? Have you met his sister? Have you met his family members? You may or may not have, but a lot of times, especially with emotionally unavailable men, you will not have. And if not, this is a situation where he's not involving you in his life, but he's also not involving himself in yours. Is this the person that's asking you how your day went, or is he coming telling you how his day went?
Mm-hmm.
Is he asking you how you're doing, or is he telling you how he's doing? Is he asking how your job is treating you, or is he telling you what happened at his job? When you start to pay attention, you will realize that these are people that are not involved. They are not involving you in their life. You're in their life, but you're not really in their life. So you have to really dive into that to know if you might be sitting in the middle of that situation.
And then also to add, these people are very, very sneaky. Like they
Yeah.
have two lives. And
I call them real elusive. They're real elusive and evasive, and they like to lie by omission. Yeah, that's
yes,
them.
and then what I found out was they don't. Well, my experience was I was never called crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, I was just always challenged on what I knew to be true, and it was
True.
to the point to where I don't have actual proof, but you're gonna go
Right.
toe to toe with me and to
Yeah.
make me second guess myself. And then at that
Yeah.
point, here you got control. Now I done made you mad. Now you hanging up in my.
Yeah.
So here I come. Oh my God! Don't leave. How no? You sound pathetic as hell. Oh my God! What I'm going to do? He hung up on.
You done turned into a damsel in distress behind some shit he doing.
Oh, a motherfucker who's doing wrong and got caught. Like,
I'm
telling
telling
you.
you, that is nuts. I have said, like, I gotta keep repeating, people, y'all, we are not exaggerating. We are not lying.
Man.
We are speaking from experience and from experiences of people that we know this has happened to, because you are right. They will do something, lie by omission, get caught, and then by the end of the conversation, you are damn near apologizing, saying, I'm sorry I brought
I
that
brought
up,
it
or I'm sorry I was tripping. What?
up, and then the
And
whole
it's crazy because
different.
it's like you wouldn't dare be that way with your family or your
Yeah.
girlfriends. But when it comes to him, you put on a whole nother, you little Red Riding Hood out here with your cape on trying to save
You
him.
lose your voice. And for
You do.
me, when I realized that I no longer had a center, it
Mm-hmm.
was just time for me to exit because it was so. And let me clarify.
It was
It was
exhausting.
exhausting, and I believe we all have a little bit of manipulation in us. Like I may manipulate a man to come over here. Oh, I feel so sick. Oh, I
Yeah,
feel so
yeah.
sick, and I may just want to
But we have
move,
I think
rub
we have
my
a means to an end. I think we have a means to an
right.
end with that. Like, I feel so sick because I really just don't feel like going to get some soup. I want you to bring
Even
it.
I'm
But,
fine with you,
you
but
know,
their manipulation is if you don't give me this $5,000 that I asked for, you are a terrible girlfriend. You are a terrible person.
yeah,
I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm gonna get so and so to do it.
yeah.
What?
With stuff like, I can't believe you would do that. What do you mean you can't believe I would give you my tax refund? What?
Yeah, this is real life. No, I wish I was
This,
exaggerating, and
me
I
too. Me too,
think
but it's not.
I think from my experience, let me see, how can I put it? The more successful the woman or the smarter the woman, the more manipulation these people have to, and lack of accountability, these people have to execute. Because, according to them, and this is what it normally looks like on paper, in hell, period, you are like the best person that they've ever dated. Like, nobody, they've never dated anybody like you. They've probably always dated women who did for them, right? But they've never dated someone like you. And so when they find someone as accomplished as you, oh, they done hit the jackpot. Don't let me be accomplished and be a nice woman and still want to include them in your life, even though you don't know what the fuck they doing. Okay. It's going, like, they gonna have a fucking field day with your ass. And when they feel like they are being challenged and they lose control, they're gonna turn it up a notch. And let me tell you, you're not going to win. You're not gonna win.
No, you have to get out. There's no winning. The exit. You have to exit.
And it's not. And when you exit, you're gonna be fucked up. You're gonna be in trauma. You're gonna be big.
It's because it's traumatic.
You're gonna need
therapy. These people, they are traumatizing.
You're gonna need therapy. I'm in therapy. You're gonna need therapy. Okay.
Yes, to get through it.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, YouTube is my therapy. This podcast.
Because it is almost inconceivable how you can lay next to someone and love someone that really used you like a fucking tool.
But who will never admit that.
Who will never admit.
So you cannot look for them to say they were wrong. You cannot look for them to admit their wrongs. You cannot look for them to acknowledge all the wrongs that they did to you. Like we said, the only way out is to exit, because you will not get closure. You will not get answers. You will not get understanding but of your own. So you have to make the decision when you are dealing with these people, on how you are going to win and get out of the situation. At the bottom, at the core of it, it really is that you have to exit. And another reason, you have to exit is because with these people, I feel that they are the issues kings. And what I mean by that is these are people, they always got something going on, especially emotionally unavailable men. I'm going through a lot right now. My money messed up right now. My job tripping right now. My auntie sick right now. My car broke down the other day. And half of it's probably lies or exaggerated. But are extremely exaggerated. But they always have a gang of stuff going on. And that's because of his stuff. He's going to say he doesn't have time for you when you want the time. But he'll find time if he wants to find it in the midst of those 30 things that I just named. So it's like what you just said. Then what do us fools do? We either try to help him fix these imaginary problems, or we put our life on hold and wait for him to come out of it, to get his stuff together, thinking that when he comes out of the fog, he will choose us, quote unquote, and we'll magically find our worth and be validated. We are the fools in those situations.
We are. And it's not anything that you'll ever be able to understand. Like you were saying, you just have to exit sooner rather than later.
You do.
Because it's taxing. One thing I will say though, once you do exit, they teach you how to take care of yourself. They teach you how to place your boundaries.
Yeah. They teach you how to make those lists of non-negotiables. They teach you what to look for. Yeah, you have to. And they teach you that because after you go through these experiences that you never want to go through it again. And you will be foolish. And it's like, until I recognized what these terms were in 2018, I had been continuously putting myself in similar situations. I did enter some full-blown situations like this, but I did not know what they were. I thought it was me. I thought I was the problem. Now, of course, I'm going to say I'm able to take accountability and notice some parts of it I did have to do with it. But, looking back, it was like, it was not as much of me as I thought it was.
And that's true because, I tell people all the time, it takes two people to make a relationship successful or not. And so my issue was, I just didn't know, like when a motherfucker don't want to talk, just let their ass not talk. I go, I want to talk. No, let me. And Like, go sit your ass down somewhere. Find you something.
But you have to draw a fine line with that, because I've dealt with those kinds of people that, it may be sometimes that you have to be patient with talking, but then sometimes you have individuals who they make a decision that say if they don't want to talk about something right now, that you're supposed to be somewhere waiting in the wings for when they're ready to talk. And it doesn't work that way, because you have to be able to communicate.
That's true. I'm just saying, sometimes I feel like I everything you don't have to push. Just go sit down. Yeah, I completely understand what you were saying. And we all have our, our flaws. I could be a bit spiteful.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not spiteful for fun. If I'm spiteful, that means you did some shit to me 100 times. Not the first time, 100 times. So outside of, let me tell you, this is what I did learn. There are normal things that will always go wrong in a relationship. The basics, just the basics. But a lot of people are bringing individual issues into relationships, and they're creating relationship issues. If you're dealing with somebody who, like, we all have insecurities, but if you're dealing with somebody who is just insecure, and you are successful, or you just real sure about yourself, whatever successful looks like to you, then that's going to be a problem in your relationship. So, because what I tend to find out, from just previous experiences, these emotionally unavailable men and these narcissistic men, they will literally make you run around in a circle and chase them for fun.
And look, they will make you run around in a circle, and especially the emotionally unavailable men, and then they won't commit to you. They won't have the talk. They won't commit. And that goes back to why that non-negotiables and list, and why communication is key, because this man will make you feel like he wants you to be his only one. He'll string you along sometimes, but verbally, he ain't committed. He is not sitting you down. And this more so over the narcissist. This is emotionally unavailable. They are not sitting down asking you to be his woman. It's not happening. If you bring it up, he's going to run like Usain Bolt. So as you were saying, that some things you have to sit down and talk about. That's one of the things when it comes to committing, because that's also the control. So if he wanted to be, for you to be his woman, then he would sit you down and do it, but that's not what he's trying to do. But if you're going to be the one to bring it up and try to, quote unquote, control him into a commitment, even though he's been showing you these glimpses, because I'm not even going to say full-blown signs, showing you glimpses of what a relationship might be like with him, and that's what we hold on to, you have to know that that's not truly who he is. That is still the representative.
And I think sometimes, from my experience, I do think you have, how can I put it? I do think that every now and then a narcissist will try to feel certain things, right? Will try to feel love, because
and I think emotionally unavailable men will too, but they're incapable of doing it.
That's what I'm just about to say. So it's like they'll go along with it for a while, and it's not to say that they don't love you. Like, I don't even think it's not even about love at this point. I think it's they don't offer healthy love for people. So
healthy love, because they think the shit that they're doing is love. They think they're showing you they care.
Yes, exactly. So it's just like, so it's very possible to have somebody, a man, who tells you, yeah, I really do love you, but still try to manipulate the fuck out of you, because in his mind,
and 5 minutes later, they're doing something that's contradictory to the words they said. It's like the meme on Facebook, the best apology is changed behavior, not just to say
that's it. And I think if you listen, if you find somebody, like I said, who lacks empathy and who lacks accountability, you're doomed. You might as well just I might as well just be cool, do a little quick key, but anything.
And when you say be cool, that's like go hang out with them at a lounge or a club if that's your thing. Like, don't even be cool like counting on them to come pick you up from the airport. Cool, because that's probably not even gonna happen.
Are you gonna wait there for 3 hours until they do?
And then when you upset or got an attitude, they gonna be wondering.
Ask me how I know. You know what I'm saying? They always find a way to put it back in your hands. But the only women who get caught by this are women who don't require more, and women who don't even know what the hell they looking for.
What they want. Women who do not have a list.
Who don't have a list. And so when you don't have a list, guess what? You just get anything. That's like if you don't budget money, your money.
Yeah.
When you have a budget, you can account for every fucking penny. It's the same thing when you're in relationships and dealing with people. When you know what you want, you can easily say, nah, this ain't. But
That's
when you
not
don't
it.
know, a motherfucker give you a taste, just to make you feel good. Oh, all of a sudden that's who you want, and then 2 years later
You
you
gonna
like,
gobble
wait a
it
minute.
up.
Oh,
You ready to gobble it up. And it's like, that's like you said, but it's almost like a wolf in sheep's clothing to a woman that does not know what she wants. It's like in the mirror on your car, was it say, things in the mirror, objects in the mirror may be closer than they
oh,
appear.
that was good right there, girl. That's tweetable.
Yeah, objects in the mirror. This nigga in the mirror, he may be closer than he appears. He may be more ideal. He may be less ideal than he appears. Because I promise you, based on appearances, that's number one, how they'll get you. Being charming and initially may take you out, show you a good time, but once you start to dig down to the core, like you said, that accountability, that compromise, that true love, that healthy communication, the things that you are looking for, you will easily see that those things are not there, and that those bursts of, go ahead,
No,
I'm
no, no,
sorry.
no. I was just gonna say, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just gonna say, you will really see how they are when they become uncomfortable in situations.
Oh yeah.
The reason why you
Yeah.
don't see
Conflict. They have no conflict
that,
resolution.
none. And guess what? Guess what
Period.
the resolution is? You fucked up. You fix it. Nigga, we 30 plus and you don't know how to say I'm sorry.
Yep. No apologies. No apologies. Conflict resolution is non-existent. And I feel that there's no way that you can be in a healthy and functional and happy relationship if you are not able to have positive conflict resolution. And you know what else goes hand in hand with positive conflict resolution is emotional maturity. And these men most times don't have strong emotionals, and they damn sure not emotionally mature enough,
And
because if you have an emotional maturity, you can deal with a lot of
and
things.
don't tell them if they don't have emotional intelligence. They're going to remind you
Yeah.
of every other girlfriend or everybody else that they've dealt with didn't think so.
It's like Lasai, yeah, like she clearly did not know that you were a narcissist, or she did not know that you were emotionally unavailable. She did not have the secret that
Thank
I
you.
have.
We're not
So
even
now that I
listen.
have
We're
it,
not even the same type of woman. So shut the fuck up.
at all. Yeah, yeah. You're telling me about somebody. You say you can't compete where you don't compare. And this is what we are not going to do. But we as women, we have to recognize that we can't fall into the trap of our own accord by sticking around and trying to chase these guys. Like I said earlier, you cannot think that your validation is going to come from someone who's never going to give it to you. You cannot seek your validation through somebody that doesn't really even deserve you. Like you just said, you are a woman, you know what you deserve, what you desire, what you've put into the universe that you want to get back. And then when you come across, one of these slick talkers, you have to be able to say, like, nah, that's not it. But I think another thing you have to recognize is you don't want to get caught up in how fast these men will move sometimes. And when I say move fast, what I mean is, these are just a few things that come to mind. A man that wants to move in with you in like 3 or 4 months. A man that wants to tell you they love you way too early, like 4 or 5 dates in. They can say they love you, calling you baby, boo, all that stuff. I hate those.
Yeah, yeah.
And they want to take you home to meet mom on the second date. They ask you to borrow money after hanging out for like a month. You ask me how I know about that. So it's like you get the picture. Don't think that because he's moving fast with you, you're about to race to the altar. No, ma'am. It will fade. It's not. They move fast in the beginning, and then they shortly after they struggle. With showing you the same emotions and feelings, because it's impossible to feel those emotions and feelings long term. So it fades. It's like if someone you're involved with, whether it's now or someone you've been dating, whatever, is like a speed demon. You have to make them pump the brakes, slow it down so you can get to know them and see the true colors of who they are, because otherwise you will move nowhere really fast.
Like a treadmill, walking nowhere fast, going nowhere fast.
Nowhere fast.
And it's just, my biggest thing from my experience, sometimes they go slow too. Sometimes they go hella slow to the point to where it's like, okay, we too old for this. Like, I understand trying to go 100 miles per hour, but I'm gonna need for you to do more than 10, because this thing that we are reciprocation, lack thereof on their end, and it's simple things like respect, calling, texting, communicating. But
Communication.
again, that's where consideration and empathy and stuff comes from. So it's just like,
Yes.
While all of them may not be narcissists, they definitely have narcissistic traits, right?
Right.
Yes,
Characteristics.
which
Yeah.
are tied to, in my personal opinion, some type of previous, we all have childhood traumas. It
Yep.
They have never gotten help for, right? So here it
Mm-hmm.
is. Here we
Never.
come. And women already, well, the idea is changing a little bit, but still an
Mm-hmm.
idea that women are we are the ones that are responsible for the emotions in the relationship and all that shit, and men don't
Yep.
have that much of a responsibility. So again, you really just have to know what the hell you want, because all of this shit that we talking about, it literally make your head spin, and it does. It does. It makes you
Yeah, it does.
depressed. I was depressed in my relationship. I was a functional depressed
Yeah.
person, but I was depressed, and it had become, I'm doing everything I can to save my relationship. Everything you tell me to do, I'm not good
Mm-hmm.
enough. Like, what do you want from me?
Mm-hmm.
And then when they get done, they'll move on down the yellow brick road to somebody.
Yep.
And
And not look back. How long would you say in your relationship, like, were you in it before you got to that point of like being a functional, person that was depressed? How long did it take for you to get there?
for me, I think I got there probably around the 10th month. Um,
Mm. It wasn't even a year
no, it
in.
wasn't a completely, no, it wasn't even a complete year. I think for me, what happened was I had a lot of anxiety around my relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And before I realized,
Because you're anxious. It's a roller.
yeah,
You are anxious because you don't know what the fuck is going
yeah,
to happen from moment to
literally. And
moment.
I didn't know in the beginning what the hell it was. I've never experienced anything like that before. So
Mm-hmm.
it had become, I was anxious, and then I had just whatever boundaries that I had, I just let them go, because my whole thing was I just want to make him comfortable. I want him to be happy.
Make him happy.
I just want to make him happy. As long as he's in my life, I don't. And
Mm-hmm.
so for me, it was about 10 months. I had got to where I wasn't even really putting on clothes. I was wearing pullovers
Mm-hmm.
and leggings and really combing my
Yeah.
hair. And you looking at me crazy, talking about I need to do something to my hair. But you like, I'm depressed because my fuck
Yeah.
is doing.
Because literally, it's like you had allowed yourself for him to become the reason that your life at that moment
Yeah.
was in shambles to some extent because of all the things, the manipulation, the roller coaster of a relationship you were on, and you can't control that. Is an emotional terrorist. And we all know that when your emotions are out of whack, it's like
It
everything is
is.
out of whack.
Yeah. And I'm already a Leo, and I'm into my, so I'm a
Mm-hmm.
Leo, sun, Cancer, moon, and rising. So I'm passionate and emotional like a motherfucker. And so it
Yeah.
was so intense. And me,
Mm-hmm.
when I felt like I was literally losing my mind. Like,
Yeah. I have been there before. Honestly, I didn't go to the point of where I was
yeah.
depressed, but to the point where I feel like I'm losing
Hmm.
my mind. I'm looking online. I'm listening to all these videos trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And then I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with me while he is over somewhere tap
Yeah.
dancing, living
Exactly.
his
And,
best
and like
life.
for me, like one day, one night, I had, oh my God, I'm being a little vulnerable, which I'm not a lot, but I had got my ass beat to the point
Mm-hmm.
where my face was swollen. Everything.
Mm.
I had quit even posting pictures on Facebook, but that this one particular night he beat my ass so bad. I had made up in my
Mm.
mind that night that I need to get out of this relationship. But at the moment I was
Yeah.
still unsure how, because you love somebody, and I'm like, at the moment I was like, oh my God, what did I do to make him do this to me? Because he like this,
Right. Right.
I felt like it was my fault. But when he beat my ass that one last time, for
Mm-hmm.
me it clicked, and that,
Yes.
and some,
Fortunately.
yeah, and that I had more events that happened. I still tried to save my relationship like once or twice after that, but from the time he beat
Mm-hmm.
my ass, with the time I got the wake up call to when I did try to save it, it went by so fast. It all happened in the same month.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot to be said when you are dealing with unreasonable people. You literally give
Right.
somebody the sun, moon, and the stars, and they could literally, and it's
And
not
it's
enough.
not
And that
enough.
was my situation. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that was my situation because that's me. Who like I'm a loving person. So whomever I'm with,
Right.
I'm gonna give you that because I'm not gonna stop. I can't. I'm not gonna put a limit on how I love. I just have to.
Yeah.
I've learned to be a better picker on who to love.
Right, right, because you can't
Yeah.
turn it off. So you just have to be
And,
better with your
and
decision making on who you wind up with. And that's why you have to learn that you will fall into that trap of, of those experiences with people that are narcissists or emotionally unavailable because of all these things that we just talked about. And you don't want to go that route where it has to come to that to have your aha moment when you're in the midst of, a
yeah,
physical altercation
yeah,
to wake you
because
up.
it's a very scary thing, and it's like this same man who's telling you he loves you is also telling you,
That
yeah,
I kill you
essentially.
by
That's
putting your
exactly
hands on
what
me.
I'm
That's
saying.
exactly what
And
you're saying.
and it's just like I mean, I know I come with my share of bullshit, but I ain't never been in no situation like damn, like shit. I come with regular shit. Hell, I get a little attitude.
Right.
Sometimes I get hungry, I get a little attitude, or I might like, I might
Yeah.
talk loud or something. I might say something crazy to your ass, but I ain't that kind.
Crossing the line
Yeah.
like that.
So for me, and it's nothing more hurtful than being in love with somebody and realizing that they not for you.
So this brings us to the resolution segment. And this is a segment where we really try to give you guys tools, resources, and advice on how you can move through, past, and out of these situations. If you find yourself in one, potentially in one, or if you've been in one in the past, you know how to move going forward. So I would say the first thing when it comes to dealing with a narcissist or someone that is emotionally unavailable, a fuck boy, do not, I repeat, do not try to save him. Do not. You cannot save him. Save yourself. You cannot fix them. You cannot change them. You cannot make them care about you the way that you think you care about them. You cannot make them be with you if they don't want to be. They are emotionally void in a certain way, and it is not going to happen. I think you really just have to get real with yourself about who they are and who they can't be to you in certain situations.
That's true. Absolutely. That's true. I definitely agree with that.
And I think that another part of that goes in, we as ladies, we really have to just recognize our own worth. I
Mhm.
think that what you touched on in the last segment was a huge part of that, what you went through to come to the realization of something that you wanted to get out of. And fortunately, you did so sooner than later. But I think that sometimes we want a man, or we have this timeline where we want to be married, or we just want these certain things when it comes to relationships. But you have to realize, do you want someone that gives you minimal convenient effort? Do you want somebody who's devoid of adult emotions and maturity? Do you
Mhm.
want someone who, doesn't value the grown ass woman that you are and what you represent in this world? It's like you could be a boss out here in your career with your education, with all these things, but you minimize yourself when it comes to this man that you let him play with you like Alexa, so it's like
That
you really, you go ahead, you have to know your worth.
that's true. And what I learned is that what you don't require,
Mm,
people won't give you.
won't.
So my last relationship, I only required three things.
What
After
were those?
looking back, I wanted you to claim me. So that means don't love me in public, don't love me in
Mhm.
secret. I
Okay.
want to I wanted to be included in his life, and I was. Knew
Hmm.
his family, met his family, wonderful family, and all of that. And I just wanted him to be around.
Hmm. So like spending time.
Yeah, spending time, quality time. That's it. Three fucking things. Three. And I literally just got those three. So
That's it.
just because are a good, a good-hearted person and stuff like that, people don't say these type of people don't say, well, you know what, she been real good to me. Let me do a little more.
Right.
Oh no, they would do and hell, they try to do the bare minimum. You know what I'm
If you
saying?
let them.
If you let them. And so I think number one, Be clear on what you want, so you won't be grabbing at everything who grabs at you.
Mm,
When you say
that's
you
a
want
word.
love, what type of love do you want? What does love look like for you? Because a few minutes ago, a few moments ago, I just said love basically, essentially for me was those three things. That is a
Yeah.
sad ass list. When you are,
I was gonna ask you about that. Why was that list only 3 items
you
long?
know, my list was because I was my own childhood traumas. My own childhood traumas,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like I had to earn his love.
Mm,
Love should be given freely. The only thing you will earn is loyalty, respect. But love should be given freely.
right.
Even if I do wrong, you're still supposed to love me. I shouldn't have
Yeah.
to do magic tricks for you to love.
Yeah.
And so I felt like the more I did, the more he would love me.
Yeah.
But that's not how that's not. It was
It's
just
not.
it was a game. Yeah,
And
and I,
that's a lot. What you just said, even if I do wrong, you should still love me. Love should
yeah.
my love, your love for me should be based on certain circumstances.
Yeah, and exactly. And I used to always say, you're moving the finish line. Like
Mm-hmm.
you say you got a problem with this, and I do this, and so I'm like, to me, I'm finished. Meaning we've resolved the issue, but no,
Right.
but according to you, we hadn't resolved it, and so it's just like
Yeah.
know what you want. Give yourself, you if you don't have a valuable list, how can you convey your list to somebody that you expect to love you, especially
Mm-hmm.
if you're dealing with these kind of people? Now sometimes you will come across somebody who will remind you, you were like, damn baby, you doing bad, this is how you supposed to be treated. I got a friend right now, I said, well damn, he's just my friend. I'm like, damn,
Yeah. But he
this
had to let you know.
he had to let me know, like, damn, girl, like, what the fuck, like, what kind of niggas you used to fucking with?
Yeah. Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
people always say, well, men will do it when they choose. No, men do shit when they're, in my personal opinion, men do shit when they're ready. If you meet
Yep.
them before they are ready, you won't get it. If
You will
you
not.
The only time people get married the only time a man chooses a woman when he's ready to get married, if his ass really ready to get married, it's because he's
Right.
ready. You know how many?
Not because she asked him or she made him, when he
Thank you,
was ready.
thank you. You have to be ready for that shit. And I say that because don't think just because somebody didn't choose you, right, that you're not
Right.
worthy. He just wasn't ready. You know.
Right.
So for me, my biggest thing is now I know what the fuck I look like. Like I got a real list. To be honest,
Yeah.
that shit ain't even really. It's on my list, but it ain't the non-negotiables. Because if you
Right.
give me
Right.
non-negotiables, you're gonna give me the other shit, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's just like you have to really know what it looks like for you. And people are like, I want to be in love. And I always, what does that look like to you?
What does it look like? What does it mean to
What does
you?
it
What does love look like? Can you describe it?
can you
Do you know
yeah, like if
what is it?
yeah,
Yeah, what is it supposed to look like in
what
your idea? What is this man supposed to be doing? What action? Like I
action
always tell people at work, what can I see to determine the love?
because again, relationships are energy. So I think that once you realize that, and once you realize, your self-worth, meaning you may have to sit on your hands, go back to
Mm,
your divine feminine energy. And it's a phrase that they use, and they say sitting on your hands. Quit chasing these niggas. Quit calling these niggas.
yeah.
They don't call your ass back. I'm not saying don't ever return a phone call or you can't call them first, but you know damn well when somebody is avoiding you and when
Mm,
actually courting you. If you
yeah.
feel like he not courting you, sit on your damn hands and let him work for you. Let
Yeah.
what people don't work for, they don't appreciate. That just
Yep, because if he gets you, he won't appreciate it. And if he comes around, it's only going to be maybe because he was tired of you calling and stalking or whatever.
yeah,
So you're right. Sit on your hands. Why do you want to chase somebody
yes,
that you want to
yes.
run behind to hope that they validate you and let you know what you're worth?
That's
You have to do that work to know it on your own.
That's it. And see, a lot of times what happens is, when you do soul work, you don't wake up one day and say, hey, it's July the 4th, 1999, and I'm going to do my soul work. What happens
Right.
is some shit happens to you,
Mm.
and now you have no other choice but to love this,
But to do it.
because who you were before you met that person has been destroyed. So now you
Yes.
have to create a better version of yourself. And
You
one
do.
thing I can say is my ex took me through a lot of shit, but I'm better for it.
Mm-hmm.
Taught me how to take care of myself. So
Yeah.
ain't nobody else come to me on no temporary pretendo type shit. Cause I already, that game done been played on me, and I'm ready for
You
it
say
now,
been there,
you
done
know.
that, got the t-shirt. And I think that's
That's
what both of our experiences have been. While our experiences were different, it definitely, where I am today versus where I was a year ago, are two completely different people when it comes to the romantic space. And that
yeah.
was what I always had an issue with. I was always trying to constantly grow in different areas, but in my relationship, I never took the time, like you said,
Yeah.
to know what I wanted, to really list it, to know what does love look
Yeah.
like to me? What does love feel like? When I learned it through negative experiences.
Right.
So, like you said, able to come out and be better for it. But now I know immediately upon meeting somebody, after I can say I immediately meaning like maybe one date.
One,
And I know,
and I know,
do I want to exert any more energy? I saw something you put on Facebook the other day where you like changed your mind about a date or something you put on there.
I completely changed my mind. I was on the phone talking all that shit. Yeah, we gonna hang, girl. He was like,
the time came, and old LaJanee probably wouldn't have done that. You probably would have gone anyway.
I would have gone in the way. I probably would have popped my pussy and all of that. But see now, no, you know how I talk. Excuse me, but
you fine.
Now I'm just more self-aware. I am more self-aware. And listen, what I came through, I ain't even trying to go nowhere near that shit again.
Nowhere near. Nowhere near.
It's too traumatic. But yeah, I mean, I know immediately if I even want to be bothered with you. Like I have a friend now that I met here, and he likes me, but we have a complete understanding. We just friends. So now we go to the mall, we go out to eat, we go to the movies, but we've never had, never done any of that because I've made it clear.
Yeah.
What I want. As a matter of fact, I go out of my way to bring up the other people he know. What's going on? So he know I ain't playing with it.
That I'm not with the fuck around. That I'm telling you what it is.
Yeah,
and I think that's awesome that you are able to take control after being in other situations where you were not in control, to now take control of your, whether it be romantic or platonic relationships. You know where you want to exert your energy.
Yeah.
You know what your work. You know. We are now introducing a new segment to the podcast. This is called Living Single. We want you guys to send in any of your relationship questions, if you need advice, or if you just want to give feedback on the show on a topic that we've discussed. Feel free to DM them on Instagram to Shanna Montana, or you can inbox me on Facebook, Living Single, and we'll definitely be touching on these topics on each episode going forward. New list since your last experience.
I do have a working list, and I say working because I'm still unpacking and I'm still learning. So now I'm in the phase to where when I do commit to somebody, I don't want to give them unlimited access. I still don't want to give them unlimited access.
I like that.
But
so tell me what you mean by that a little bit. Dive into that a little bit more for the listeners. When you say unlimited access, what do you mean?
Okay, so I had a lack of boundaries. So for me, my healing, you know, everybody, for me, I feel like a lot of my pain that I did endure came from lack of boundaries.
Okay.
So for me, my soul work included having more boundaries. Okay. For lack of term. So unlimited access is I never would say no, even if you're my friend. Mm-hmm. Call me, I'm gonna answer my phone. Right. Every time you call me, you cry on the phone about somebody, I'm gonna talk to you, like every single fucking time. Yeah. If I'm in a relationship with you, every time you call me, you need something, I'm gonna give it to you every single time. And if I can't give it to you, I'm gonna feel so bad that I'm going to go without something and give you something else because I just want you to know I got you. That I care. Always. I have to let you know I care. That I care. So for me, I realized that this has been an unhealthy trait that I've had for a very long time, mm-hmm. and this relationship I was spent. So the unlimited access, nobody has unlimited access to me anymore. Mm-hmm. I now say no. I don't think in my last relationship I don't think any time that I ever said no. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe one time I did, I felt so bad, and I was like, oh, You know what I'm saying? But so now I'm saying no. I'm saying no. Number one. Number two, do not save him. Meaning, if he got a problem, car problem, money problem, job problem, don't you open your mouth to say, how can I help you? I'm not doing that anymore.
And what brought you there? Yeah, tell us about that.
Because I felt like after helping for so long, after feeling like, you know, this is what we are, a partnership, nothing was reciprocated.
Yeah.
There's nothing than being in a relationship and giving of yourself, and you look up, you have nothing to show for.
Right. And
so my last relationship, I was in a relationship with somebody for a year, and I have no show for it. I have no gifts to show for it. I have no cards to show for it. I have no
nothing. You got a story to tell. You got a story. You got your storytelling self-work. So tell me about, but also with that, how do you draw the line on what you say yes and no to?
I draw the line on what I say yes and no to. What I'm learning is so basically also let me just take it here. I'm learning to not put myself in positions to be around people who will make me compromise certain things.
Okay.
Who will make me feel bad about saying no. Okay. So half of the shit is easy because ain't nobody asking me for nothing.
Right.
Number one. Or ain't nobody making me feel like I gotta do something in order for them to fuck with me.
Right.
Number two. So I draw the line, and as if it's unreasonable. If I do, I am the girlfriend who will get your hair cut.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I always make them little memes and shit like that. So if I got your hair cut on Monday, April the 17th, I'm not getting your hair cut again on April the 30th.
Yeah.
I just did it on the 17th.
Yeah.
If I treated us out to dinner one day, the next week we go out, it's going to be required.
Yeah.
You got us.
Yeah.
Unless I say otherwise.
Yeah.
So the whole where I draw the line is because I'm so giving, I have to make sure I don't fuck with people who take advantage of me.
Right.
So it's now I changed my social circle.
Okay.
I'm not even fucking with them kind of niggas that are okay with their girl doing everything.
AKA
now
narcissists and emotionally unavailable men.
Exactly. Now I'm fucking with literally somebody last night on the phone. What you gonna eat tonight? Oh, I don't know. Because, you know, everybody know I'm on my little weight loss.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
So then I'm on the phone. I look at my, he said, check your PayPal. He done send me somebody to go give me a pizza.
Yeah.
Way more money than what I need to eat the pizza. But that's who I'm messing with now. Yeah. I'm messing with people who give them.
Well, I know that if this turns into something and I'm giving and they're giving, and that's the kind of person that they are, because that's like, I saw a guy on social media again that was like, you know, these dudes with what you doing to death, but you want somebody that's WYN, what you need, not what you doing. So what, you know, it goes both ways.
Yes.
You care about me, show me what you need, man. Like you said, it's not about always receiving or gold digging or anything like that, but for so long we've dealt with men and people that have taken, and you want somebody. When it comes to me, when we talk about what love looks like and feels like, for me that's a lot of things, but a part of that is someone who is concerned about what am I eating for dinner, and not, you know, either what you want, I'll order it, or I'm gonna see them, something. Take some initiative.
Something. Yeah, like for instance, my computer went out. I was on the phone, my computer messed up. What's your address? What you need my address for? Because I'm buying you a computer.
Yeah.
Like, I've never had that before.
Yeah.
Never. So it's like, for me, and I hope I'm explaining it correctly, I removed myself.
Yeah.
People who will take advantage of me.
We're only taking.
I don't know. Yeah. Only take. I removed myself. My ex-boyfriend canceled my birthday.
What do you
because
mean?
I got
What do you mean canceled?
I got a birthday gift because I got on his nerves or some shit, some dumb shit.
And what did you do?
They hurt my feelings, but I accepted it. You know, I had to understand that regardless even if I didn't know what was going on, I accepted. I played a major role in my own demise. Dealing with. I didn't know, but what the people say in court, just because you don't know doesn't mean that there's no excuse for your ignorance.
Yeah, it's no excuse. But it was about you recognizing your own worth and what you wanted and needed, and that wasn't it.
Yeah. And so basically, you know, again, I hope I'm answering the question correctly or vividly. I just am learning to remove myself from people who put me in situations like that. So it's like, If you already know you may be cool with somebody, but y'all not gonna go out to the club because this girl gets sloppy drunk, guess what? You might see her at a barbecue or at somebody's house, but she not riding with you. She not gonna be your company.
Right.
You cool with her, but you know not to hang out with her, going to the club, taking control of her liquor. So I'm cool with people, but just because you in my circle doesn't mean you in my space. So in my circle, we communicate. We may have mutual friends, whatever. Or you may have my number. We may talk sometimes, but you're not in my space. You ain't never in my house. I ain't giving you no alone time like that. I mean, I see you out in public, or I see you at somebody else's home. So so that's what I did. So I literally had to remove myself from those type of people who need saving. Now I'm more with my social class, more accomplished people, more people who believe in therapy, who go into therapy, men who actually believe in articulating how they feel, even if it takes them a little. They can still come back and say, "This is why I was mad. This is why I feel something."
Whatever it takes, because I'm not okay with the stuff that they say about men don't mature until they're in their 40s. That is BS, and I'm gonna call it.
That's bullshit. I'm gonna need for you to be what you said the other day. One time we was talking, I need for you to be downloading. You need to be able to tell.
If you download this information, you would say, use your words, communicate to me what's going on. Because what we say, you can communicate if you want to ask for some cookie. You can communicate if you want me to do something, but you cannot communicate if I've upset you. You cannot put your words together to say why you are bothered. This is what we are not going to do, and that's something that is high on the list that I cannot tolerate, because in my area of knowing my worth, if I know that I'm in any situation, excuse me, I'm going to communicate how I feel. I have to have that in the person I'm dealing with. And
of course,
sorry guys, you cannot get that with these kinds of guys.
This is true. So for me, I just remove myself from a certain social class and go over here to the other people who appreciate my worth, who appreciate if I did want to give them an unlimited amount of supply of me, they appreciate a little bit more. And as a matter of fact, they won't even take it.
Right.
They'll be like, nah. So that's who. So I basically just changed my social circle. I mean, everybody know I like me a hood nigga. You know what I'm saying? I still like hood nigga, but now I like more of a reformed. You know what I'm saying? I'm still I'm still rough around the edges.
Right.
But I ain't finna take. I'm not taking. I don't need a woman for anything. I'm not taking advantage of a woman.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the asshole still. But she ain't got. Her story will never be she spent all her money on me and I ain't appreciate it.
Right. It's all about, you got to find the balance. You say you like the hood nigga, finding that balance of what you want. It's all about finding the balance. And I think that women have to evaluate why, you know what, I'm gonna blame the narcissist and unemotionally available men. Somebody got a root as to why my throat is getting
Girl, you giving them the juice, girl. You can't be giving them the juice.
Look, somebody got a voodoo doll out there on me. Like, this bitch will not tell all the secrets. So I think that, you have to you can't get in relationships with people and you do not marry these people, because I think you will look up and you will have 20 years of regret. Like you were in your relationship for, that 10 months, and I've been in relationships for much longer than, past the expiration date. And you find when the welcome is worn out with these people, is worn out.
They suck up all the air in the room. They give you, and it's crazy because, a lot of they're like children.
Yeah.
If you want to know how a narcissist is, if you still ain't got it after listening to us, after all these descriptions and all of that, they are like children.
Yes.
When you tell them no, they have temper tantrums.
Yes.
When you make plans, they don't think it all the way through.
Right.
When you got something, they want your stuff.
Yep.
They never have a plan to get their own shit. And if they do, they gonna get it through you. If you don't give it to them, they're going to come take it.
Yeah.
So you really, 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 if nothing else, say for instance, you ain't done the work. A lot of people haven't done the work until they be broke down. You just don't, please spare yourself from chasing after a man who don't even give a damn about you at all. You could just have like a job and they're like, oh, okay, well, can you send me that $25? What? Can I do what now?
And that
And
is
I know.
literally them.
Ask me how I know.
Not can you send me the $25? So I think that yes, everything that we said, ladies and gentlemen, mainly as ladies, you have to be able to take all those things into account. You have to be able to really do a serious self-evaluation, a situation evaluation, and just look at the circumstances in front of you. Look at what this person has been doing. Dig a little bit deeper than the surface to see what's really there. Look at how you guys have been interacting. Look at their actions. Look at who's been giving and who's been taking. Look at who's been more resourceful. And if you find that you are in the midst of a situation where it's a narcissist or an emotionally unavailable man, aka a fuck boy, it's time for you to make a different decision. So, with all of that said, this has been an amazing and awesome conversation. And I really, LaJanee, I want you to close out by telling us your social media and your podcast where people can find you.
Oh, okay. You can follow me again. This is first of all, this is LaJanee Miseducation under Stereotype. You can follow me on Instagram at _LAJANEE_. You can find my podcast, Miseducation Under Stereo, on all podcast platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Anchor. Oh, you can follow me on Facebook, LaJanee. LaJanee Scott on Facebook. I mean, I post general information. So, oh yeah, and on Twitter at _LaJanee_. And I got a book coming out this summer, girl. Keep going. 20
Yes,
Lessons of Love and Life. I'm so excited about it. And it's basically just lessons that I think about, you know, when I speak to what does love look like. I discuss having unspoken contracts in relationships. Take on things you don't even know you signed up for just because out of so yeah, so check me out.
Yes, please check her out on all platforms. I promise you it will be worth your while. We are excited about your book coming out. Cannot wait to support, because like you said, the work that we are all putting in, I know that book will not only help but enhance all of our lives. Because you know, sometimes it does take for us to go through the trauma and the rain to come to a place of doing the work that we need to do. But once we start, it's no stopping. So any man who's waiting to approach us, approach me, you better know what he's signing up for. You
better come correct, because I'm gonna send you a text message like that other dude. I ain't got to change my mind. Cancel.
I don't have the TI on me. Let the people know. So I'm telling you, any guy that, if you knew me prior to 2019, you better, when you step again, I'm like, I thought I was talking to Shayna. Yeah, you thought you were, but I got a new attitude. But
I got a new attitude.
A new attitude. So again, Miss LaJanee, we want to thank you so much for coming on to the podcast today. It's been an absolute pleasure. And we will be right back with the Montana Minute. And now we have the Montana Minute. Number 1. Don't play yourself by ignoring the signs. You know you are not crazy, stupid, or blind. If and when you see the signs, prepare to exit stage left. Number 2, do the work you need to do before entering a relationship so you don't enter it prematurely. Most times, these sorts of people reveal themselves if we get to know them on the level that we should before entering a relationship. And lastly, love you more than you love a relationship that you're just tolerating. You are worth so much more than that. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, and leave reviews on the podcast. And it is my hope that this episode will help you in deciding to be single or not to be. The decision is yours. Until next time, signing off, Shanna Montana.